Hey guys, Savage Recovery back for another video. How are my savages doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, do me a favor. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, get all my notifications. Hit a like, comment, share, help me out with the algorithm. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can find me at savage_red_studios, where you can see all of my photography. And also I have a Facebook page and a Twitter. And you guys can check me out on Patreon. You guys can also check me out on the Cash App. Let's get into it. Hey, how's my savages doing? So, this story is going to be about why I really don't trust people in general. Alright, so growing up as a kid, the guys that I went to school with when I was in high school. So I moved a lot prior to 6th grade. From 6th grade, I went to a school named Southeast High School. Middle school through high school. In middle school, I didn't have any friends. I was really antisocial. I was going through some shit in life, and I didn't really have any friends. And my brother is a grime ball, and we didn't ever get along. And his friends weren't my friends, and I didn't really have any friends. He went to school with me for 1 year and hated it, so he went back to Ravenna. But high school came, and I really didn't care. I became popular in school because I didn't care about anything. I didn't care. I got kicked out of school a lot for fighting, for cussing out teachers. I didn't go out of my way to get in trouble, but I didn't take shit from anybody. I would say my mind no matter what. If I felt that you had crossed me or you stepped over a line, I would let it be known. But I didn't really have any friends. I've always been a loner type guy. I don't really like associating with people. Anytime that you become heavily invested in people, they let you down. Like that saying that it sucks to meet your childhood idols or your childhood heroes. It's because people idolize these people and then they meet them and they're not what they expect. And as a kid, I started getting fucked with when I was like 12, 13 years old by a guy that was 18 years older than I was. And so I didn't like men. I really didn't like men. I don't like men now. I don't really trust men. But because of that, I didn't really start dating women. Like I had girlfriends and stuff in middle school, and I had elementary school girlfriends and middle school girlfriends. You guys dating, and you guys break up, and you all talk nothing serious. But I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19. And when I say my virginity, I mean I didn't have consensual sex with another person until I was 19. And by 19 I was on my own, and I was working and I was selling drugs. And I've been selling drugs in middle school and high school, but I wasn't making crazy money. I was just doing it in middle school and high school. So with that being said, I had lost my virginity at 18, 19 years old. And then my real first committed relationship, a serious relationship where I had my own place. Me and the girl were dating for a period of time. She was always at my place, like an adult relationship. Not, it really wasn't an adult relationship in the way that our relationship was, in the sense that I sold drugs and I partied a lot. So it wasn't an adult relationship in that sense, but it was adult relationship in the sense that she was the only woman I was seeing. I had a place. She was always there. She stayed over. I met her parents. I met her sister. I met her family. She met my family. She went with me to a funeral of my uncle who died in prison. He served life in prison and died. She went with me to his funeral. But with that being said, I didn't trust men. And my mom was going through menopause at 38. So my mom was all over the place emotionally, and I was a hard child. So long story short, my parents got divorced when I was 7. I was pissed and angry. I didn't. I was picked on as a little kid. It wasn't until I started fighting back that stopped. I didn't really get along with people because I was angry. Um, I was getting fucked with when I was 12, 13 years old. So as an adult, I get away from that situation. I'm out on my own. Um, I'm selling drugs. I'm dating women. I'm doing the normal 19-year-old stuff. The first serious girlfriend I had, uh, I had to go to a buddy's house. I had to go to a buddy's house and I had to check a dude because my chick was over with her slutty friend trying to get fucked by a house full of dudes. And that was the first, like, the one of the first red pills I got about how women's nature is. And then during that time, like shortly after that, within a few years, I had a chick try to she was fucking my best friend, and he fell asleep one weekend when she came in from PA because she was going to school out in PA. It was actually the girl that took my virginity. Years later, she had been fucking my dude. She couldn't get into his house, so she was stuck. She came to my house. Obviously, we fucked. Like 2, 3, 4 weeks later, she told both of us that she was pregnant and that she needed us both to pay for her abortion. So in my early years, I was picked on, didn't have friends, and started becoming very angry and violent. I didn't really have a relationship with my father, either from my mom being in my ear or from me being mad at my dad and being hard headed or whatever. I don't know the exact circumstances of why my relationship with my dad was so rocky. I don't know if it was my mother. I don't know if it was my father. I can't tell you. It was just a fucked up relationship. So I was an angry kid. And then getting fucked with as a kid. And then growing up to start dealing with women. And the women 19, 20, 21 years old are grime balls. Like, they're grime balls. Like, they are. So, I don't trust men, and I really don't trust women. And now I'm 31, and I've been dating women and fucking women for years. Years and years and years. And being a drug dealer for as long as I was, and a drug addict for as long as I was, I've interacted with women on all levels. From women coming over and giving me BJs for blunts to uh having sex with doing grimy shit and having sex with dude's girl who was pregnant with his kid that I worked with, to picking up girls out the projects the first time I meet them and taking them home when they're 8, 9 months pregnant. Like, I've done all sorts of grime ball shit in my youth. And I was with a girl for 8 years, and during that time of me using, I went from the time I was like, it was 7 years, 20 to 27. We were on and off, on and off, on and off. We'd be together for a few months, we'd break up. After a few weeks, I had fucked a bunch of bitches, and then we'd be dating again. Normal drug addict behavior. But during all this time, I seen the girl that quote unquote loved me and was addicted to drugs treat me like shit. I treated her like shit. And then once I got sober, she continued to treat me like shit. And we broke up because she couldn't she couldn't change the way she felt about the things that had gone on during our use with who we were now. From that time, I've had 2 kids with 2 women. From that time, I've been engaged. From that time, I've been in a almost like a year and a half long relationship. And all of the women that I've been involved with in my 5 years of sobriety has all gone south. It's all gone south. either women relapsing or women cheating or women going out and telling people I was beating them while they were pregnant, or women going out and saying that I was beating them so they could fuck another guy, to coming home to my shit missing because they took my shit and moved out. I haven't had that. I really haven't had that many good experiences with women. And before all the naysayers get out here and say, "Oh, it's the women that you attract and the women that you like," blah 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 blah. These are the facts. I'm 31. If you find any woman that's in her 30s that doesn't have kids, that's already, you're knocking a huge amount of women out of the pool. If you are in your 30s and you find a woman that hasn't been married yet, that's a red flag. If they used to be drug addicts, that's a red flag. If they're super good looking and you never see them with the dude, that's a red flag. When you start getting to your late 30s or early 30s, the women are single because of a good reason. It's not because they're just unicorns and every man's afraid to ask them out. It's not. It's not. Like, the pool of women is trash. It's trash. Every woman I've dated that says they're not a feminist has feminist beliefs. I know women that say that they don't believe in child support have people on child support. I know women that say that they were lesbians that fuck men. I have women that tell me, I've had women tell me they can't wait to be a wife and have a family and all this shit, but can't do wife things. Women say a lot of things and their actions don't speak that way. So I just off the bat don't trust women, and I don't give any sort of credence to what they say, because they always say some shit that they're not doing. But I'm gonna start a series about stories of my exes, of my dating life. As always, guys, you can hit the link in the description to go to my Patreon, subscribe there. There's content that I can't put on YouTube. If you want to help support this channel, go there. You guys can always donate to the Cash App. You guys can always email me stories. If you join the Patreon, you can go to the Discord and we can talk directly. There's a Discord for my Patreon. If you guys want to help support the channel but don't want to donate, you can always like, subscribe, share, comment. You can even dislike it. Any support helps, guys. As always, stay savage.